USL Championship action coming to you from WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Home to North Carolina FC. 3 wins, 2 ties, and a loss as they welcome in Hartford Athletic, looking for their first win of the USL Championship season as an expansion club. Beautiful day for soccer here in Cary, North Carolina. Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Linke, along with my NCAA and MLS champion, Jason Gary. And Jason, North Carolina FC coming off an impressive win over Charlotte.
Yeah, they're in a great run of form right now, Dean. North Carolina FC, though, has to take care of business at home. This Hartford team has not won a game yet. They're an expansion franchise. You got to make sure you take care of business at home.
All right, Jason, for North Carolina FC, it's been right side, strong side. Their right back and right midfielder have been fantastic.
Absolutely. Starting with DJ Taylor, playing in that right back slot. He's one of the first guys you pencil into the team sheet for Coach Dave Sarachan. He's a lockdown defender, has been doing even more and more getting into the attack. And then pushing forward that right midfield spot, Manny Perez, you know, a big star here in the local area. He's signed with Celtic in the Scottish Premier League, and he's really coming into his own in his first professional season. He can do something special in the field at any time.
He's got great individual qualities. Meanwhile, for Hartford Athletic, a former UNC Tar Heel and somebody that you played MLS with, Alex Dixon.
Yeah, Alex Dixon, he's a great finisher, has tremendous speed. So the center backs from North Carolina FC have to be aware of where he is. Is he going to line up as a center forward? Is he going to play on the outside and try to cut in? But tremendous speed and a good finisher, Alex Dixon, with ties to the local area.
This Hartford team coached by Jimmy Nielsen, outstanding in goal for Sporting KC. Jimmy Nielsen leading this club as they search for their first win in USL Championship action. Meanwhile, for North Carolina FC, Dave Sarachan, what a job he has done as the new top man for the club. Well done, Dave Sarachan. We'll have the lineups and the kickoff when we come back. North Carolina FC and Hartford Athletic. Stay with us.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
Just an absolutely splendid Saturday night in Cary, North Carolina, WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, as we get you set for North Carolina FC and Hartford Athletic. Alongside the great Jason Gary, I'm Dean Linke, and let's go to work and show you the starting lineups here in this one tonight. We start with the home team, North Carolina FC. No Austin DeLuz, no Tommy McCabe tonight.
Yeah, a few changes in the center of midfield. You see Graham Smith, number 16, slotting in there, as well as Dre Fortune. A good opportunity for Dre Fortune. A few seasons ago, had a really good start to his pro career. Good opportunity for him tonight to get in the midfield.
We'll see how the midfield reacts with no DeLuz and no McCabe. Meanwhile, the starting lineup for Hartford Athletic, we think it's going to be a 4-4-2.
Yeah, big man up front. I said big man. Speed up front. Alex Dixon, number 11. We talked about him in the open. He's got tons of speed, but a pretty experienced. You got Gentile there, number 20, 92 in the middle. He's got some good experience. So a team with some experienced team, but just playing on the road the first 7 games, they just haven't gotten it done. They're going to look to change that here tonight.
Frederick Due in goal from Denmark. No surprise with Jimmy Nielsen as the top man. He was pretty good for Peter Vermes in Sporting KC.
Yeah, he absolutely was, and he played for almost 19 years, almost 20 years. 19, I think, full seasons at the professional level. That is something, that's not many people could say that.
Jimmy Nielsen, they loved him in Kansas City, that's for sure. Marius Lomas has been red hot. He just continues to score goals either as a starter or off the bench. As Dave Sarakin told us this morning, you got to ride the hot hand of your goal scorer. You know that well, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. He's finding a way to put the ball in the back of the net. And Coach Sarakin and assistant coach John Bradford, they're looking for him to continue in that run of form.
So we are underway. North Carolina FC in their home blues. Hartford Athletic in their visiting white. So good to be in the booth here on a Saturday night in Cary, North Carolina. Not a cloud in the sky.
Absolutely perfect night.
Sam Brotherton, the New Zealand star, played for John Trask in the Wisconsin Badgers. And that's been a real nice pickup for Dave Sarakin.
Yeah, I think Brotherton as well as Combsia in the middle of that center back spot. They have been really on fire. They've been on point. They're good on their marking. They've been stepping up. They've established a really good relationship early on in this season.
Knocked out of bounds. North Carolina FC, as we told you in the open, coming off an impressive win for Dave Sarakin, knocking off Charlotte. Dave said it was the most complete performance for his team, as they've been living dangerously a little bit, actually, with late game heroics, even to get some ties, but just really from start to finish against Charlotte, solid performance.
And they've had some really good results at home. Going back to the Railhawks days, 4 or 5 years ago, used to be that no one came into Wake Med Soccer Park and won. Some pretty long winning streaks, so they're trying to get back into that form where this becomes a fortress and opposing teams don't think they can come in here and get anything from the game.
So here's Brotherton. Alex Comcia, superstar for the Tar Heels, plays it over the top to DJ Taylor. Goalkeeper's way out. It was wide open, and they're not able to capitalize. Miller was coming down the other way. Due was way outside of his box, and North Carolina FC could have scored there.
Yeah, it was a great ball in. I'm not sure who played this ball. It's Combsia, I think, from that right center back spot. DJ Taylor finds himself in an interesting situation. The goalie made a horrible decision on coming out and then tried to backtrack. I think DJ Taylor just got caught between trying to shoot the ball and trying to cross it.
Frederick Due, goalkeeper from Denmark. Booms it long. Second ball's won by Lomas. Look at this angled ball. Manny Perez. Perez, those long strides, good footwork. Perez, part of the North Carolina FC youth system, played for NC State. Decides to go pro and is on loan to his home club pro team. Always nice when it works out that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And ball just got caught on his feet a bit there.
Lomas is offside.
They've got a great ball in from Marius Lomas, who held that thing up. Manny Perez, just a tough first touch for him.
Four minutes in, still no score. We can tell you that Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Hartford Athletic looking for a handball. Good work defensively by Alex Comcia. And knocked out of bounds. Will be a throw in back to Hartford Athletic. 0-7 to start the season. And new coach, new club. It's going to be hard to keep the morale up if they keep losing.
Yeah, it really will. They're building a stadium, so that's why they got to go on the road. But 0-7, man, there's no good vibes in that locker room right now. Good ball.
Over the top. Lomas in. Lomas! And how about North Carolina FC? Lomas with his 6th goal of the season.
You said it, Dean. The big fella's in great form, but look at this ball. Look at this through ball from Stephen Miller with his left foot this time. Not sure what is going on in the back for Hartford, but great finish. Marios Lomas gets his head up. He's really on an island all by himself. He says, why not have an effort? Puts it far post past the goalkeeper. Excellent finish for the big center forward.
Wonderful ball, as you said. Miller time, Stephen Miller, and boy, he looks up and just a cultured shot right there.
Yeah, didn't try to absolutely smash the ball, just placed it to the far post. Frederick Douay in no man's land, but the center backs for Hartford just all over the place, allowing it was 1 against 4 in that situation, and the 1 scored the goal.
Great catch on the Miller service too, with his left foot.
He'd say, what's the big deal, Dean? Of course, I got a great left foot, you know?
Yeah, we're used to saying that about Deleuze, right?
That's
but
right.
It's Stephen Miller dropping over there. And the fans traded to an early goal. Lomas' 6th goal of the season. Little man Taylor, now Dixon fighting for it.
Yeah, it's important, though, for North Carolina FC. They got the early goal. That's exactly what you would want to see from Coach Dave Sarakin, but you got to keep the pressure up. Don't allow Hartford to feel like they can get into this game.
Throw in for Hartford, coming from Jonathan Brown. He's from Wales, spent some time with the OKC Energy FC, which I think Coach Nielsen was there a little bit as well.
Yeah, they got 4 or 5 players from that Oklahoma team that Nielsen coached.
So Dixon, you said you played 1 year with him when you were at Houston, is that right?
Yeah, he was a rookie. Their first homegrown signing, I believe. Houston Dynamo back in, yeah, I'm old, so 2011, 10, somewhere around there. He's super talented. Sometimes, though, like in situations like this, he's up there really all by himself, and he's got to try to find a way to get into the game. But he's an excellent finisher, tons of speed. He can have an impact on this game here tonight.
Brotherton push it forward over the top of Ben Spees. Aaron Guillen, Coach Dave Sarakin has said, yeah, maybe center back's his better position, but he's done such a great job at left back. He's an automatic right-in at left back for Coach Dave Sarakin.
Yeah, he's been excellent. You're right that his best position is probably that left center back spot, but he's played great so far this year, and 2 fouls in a row on him by Brown over here.
Ben Spees, quality pickup, good leader. Managing that midfield most of the year with Deleuze and Tommy McCabe in there, but neither Deleuze or McCabe are dressed today. Deleuze took a little knock against Charlotte. McCabe perfectly healthy, but he's played every minute of every game, so Coach Dave Sarakin is giving him a rest tonight. Cleared out of there by Hartford Athletic. Kyle Karinga from Clearwater, Florida. Spent some time with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Not easy putting these teams together for their first go-around USL Championship.
It's very difficult for coaching staff, the front office, to put together a team that can be competitive right away. A lot of new players that got to get used to playing with each other, and then having to go on the road for the first 8 weeks of the season it makes it very difficult.
Jimmy Nielsen assisted by Chris Spenlove and George. I will not give you the lineup, Costellas. This one is crossed in, still loose, and cleared out of there. Alex Camcia over to Taylor. Ben Spees.
It's good composure, good confident play from North Carolina FC. Keeping possession, good movement off the ball.
Dre Fortune knocked away by Douay. And Dre Fortune, according to Dave Sarakin, last 2 weeks has changed his entire demeanor and has been solid and earned the start.
Yeah, I love it. This is great stuff from Dre Fortune here. Just looking to be on the front foot. He strikes the ball so well. We've seen him score big goals from outside the box. You love that attitude. Getting the start, to score a goal. Good stuff from Dre Fortune.
Good look at Manny Perez, standing in front of Frederick Douay. Served in for Marios Lomas by Dre Fortune, knocked out of bounds, and the little man, DJ Taylor. Call him miniature DeAndre Yedlin. Graham Smith, boy, Dave Sarakin talking about just how honest a player he is. He's like almost to a fault. I mean, the kid just does not take off any play at all. And usually, even you, Jason, you know, you take off a play here or there. This guy never quits, right?
Yeah, he gets after it, and you're right, Dean. He's just an honest player. A little bit tough for him this season that he hasn't been getting as much playing time as he got last season, where he just forced his way onto the field last season. But he's kept a good attitude about it, you know?
Yeah, he started the season injured, and now he's finally fully healthy, according to Coach Sarakin. Good start here for North Carolina FC. An early goal from Marios Lomas, his 6th goal of the season. And this is just their 7th game. That's a pretty good ratio that will work at the pro level. Work at any level, right?
Any level, absolutely.
I had to say pro, folks, because Jason averaged about 5 goals a game in college. Sent in and headed out of there by Alex Camcia. Of course, Camcia, an all ACC defender for Carlos Samuano and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Brotherton, both those players very young. Brotherton deciding to leave early from Wisconsin. Spent some time with DC United, went overseas, and he's now that center back combo with Alex Camcia. There's a loose one. No problem for Tambakis, who continues to be pretty steady in goal for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, great positioning on that one. The shot came in from Philip Rasmussen, but Tambakis not bothered at all. Great positioning, easy save in the end for the goalkeeper.
1-0. As always, the town of Cary does an amazing job with this field. The surface is just beautiful.
I mean, walking across the field, it gives you the little butterflies, you know. You're like, it's perfection. There's not a blade out of place on that entire field.
Trying to see if there's a number 9 jersey available.
The guy's wearing it just scored.
That's right.
And I can't run anymore.
There is. That's right. Lomas is doing fine with it.
Doing just
right?
fine.
There's Jason Gary wore number 9. Did you wear it in Columbus and Houston too?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Miller. Fortune. And back to Fortune. And Fortune having the kind of start that Jason Gary said he needed to have. That's a good call by you, Jason.
Yeah, just get his confidence up a little bit. I'd love to see him go try to get on the ball a little bit more here in the first half. It's a pretty open game. Hartford, they're pretending like they're high pressing. They're not high pressing anything right now. They're kind of doing something in the middle. You can see Rasmussen, the number 10, saying, what are we doing, guys? Are we going forward or are we sitting back? And it's going to allow North Carolina FC to break them down.
Manny Perez, watch the speed of this kid. Perez can beat you by himself. Perhaps mishit that one, but cleaned up here by Guillen. Perez just has those long strides that he can run right by you with or without the ball. Graham Smith waiting for support from Taylor. Good start for North Carolina FC.
You see it's just so open. Hartford hadn't decided what they're going to do. They're just not pressing the ball as a team.
Perez gets it back. Ben Spees! So close to making it 2-0.
That's great stuff. In the end, it's a great save by Frederick Douay in the Hartford goal. But this little combination play, Manny Perez finds Ben Spees. Watch this little turn here, though. Whoop, right behind the back leg. It's a good strike, and I think that's a big-time save from Douay to push it around the post. Watch this be a good angle here, Dean. Ben Spees is going to try to shape this thing to the far post. And I think this thing's going in, except for the fingertips there of Frederick Douay.
Great shot from behind the camera by our crew under the direction of Taylor Hoggard. Trey Fortune will give it to Manny Perez. Manny Perez, you can feel the confidence just rising for this kid. Graham Smith, not the best ball from Smith, but handled by North Carolina FC. Ben Spees, who had that great shot, you're right, without Douay's fingertips. No doubt it's 2-0. Miller's gonna have to hustle. I think he can get to it, folks. Miller keeps it in bounds and then gets taken down. And that could be a card as Miller goes down. Let's see what's going on. Referee comes over.
Yeah, that's Brown. That's a second or third foul. I believe it is Brown, the right back. Second or third foul already this game in the first 15 minutes. The referee having a word with him.
Stephen Miller can't believe it's not a yellow here. He's got it.
Little play, look at this. Whoop, Meg. That's why I fouled him. Watch this. Get right to the legs. Uh-oh. You're going to get kicked if you do that. And Brown knew exactly what he was doing after he got Meg there.
Stephen Miller wanted a yellow card, didn't get it, but certainly on notice for sure.
A lot of space right at the top of the 6-yard box.
See if Lomas makes that run. Lomas does make that run. They go over top of him, deep, trying to find Miller. Ben Spees has a chance to get it back in there. Looking for Miller again. Diving down is Max Steves. Taylor, too long, too strong, gonna go out of bounds. 16 minutes in though, it's 1-0 North Carolina FC.
Yeah, just pretty comfortable right now for North Carolina FC. Hartford's not really pressing the ball. They're not really sitting back either. They're doing something in the middle, so it's creating a lot of open spaces, and for North Carolina FC, the movement has been excellent.
Fans follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. One nothing Marios Lomas from Stephen Miller. And North Carolina FC, not only with the 1-0 lead, but they've held the majority of the possession. They've been more inventive, more creative, more exciting. I think it's all fair to say.
Absolutely. You just see the space is open. It's a poor pass there from Smith, though.
Good work by Hartford Athletic to win it. Let's see what they can do. Coming forward with it is Steves. Looking for Dixon. And Brotherton does well to get it back to Tambakis. Played down there by Karinga. Out of bounds back to North Carolina FC.
Yeah, good pressure there from Marios Lomas, just working back.
Gabriel Giusti in the middle, Justin Howard, Jordan Davis. Your assistant referees, Blake Hooks, your fourth official. Up here in the booth, Jason Gary, Dean Linke. Delighted to be how get used to USL Championship play and getting to know the teams a little better, certainly getting to know his team a little better. He seems to be one of those people that just kind of goes with the flow, soaks in every moment, garners education, and the process is an exciting one with Dave Sarakin.
Yeah, I think he likes it. It is a totally different league, though, than being in MLS, or certainly when he's the interim manager for the national team, a little bit different, but it's soccer. He's a soccer guy. He loves the game, and he loves trying to figure out how is he going to win at this USL level with all these different teams that you've got to scout and you've got to know things about. But he's up for the challenge.
Over the top to Dixon. Great speed that Jason Gary told you about. See Tambaka still dealing with a little bit of sun as we've got half shade, half sun on that far side. And I think as Tambakis looks up over there, he's looking right into the sun.
Yeah, for about 5-10 more minutes, I think he's going to be looking right into the sun. So these crosses from the right-hand side for Hartford are going to be a little bit more difficult.
Goal kick from Tambakis. Lomas. Token pressure on Douay. Nice job by Brotherton to win that It's hard not to like Brotherton on the field and off. You talk to him, and he's probably 22, 23, and he's 800 times more mature than I'll ever be.
He's just built that way, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's a Kiwi thing, you know. I really do.
It's about living on an island or something, you know.
I mean, Abby Erceg the same way when you talk to her, right? Like,
yep.
Just a beast.
Yeah, he's had a good start to the season, for sure, for North Carolina FC.
Taylor trying to find fortune, cleaned up by Lomas. Lomas really reminds you of an old school center forward, decent size, can check back, can make runs off the ball, can get into the alleys, and then can finish.
Yeah, he's done very well, and he's had to wait his time a lot here to get his opportunity to play, but he's taking advantage of it right now.
Look at this little give and go. Spees trying to find Miller, and they'll say off of Miller. Real good tackle coming in from Hartford Athletic. One of their cleaner, better plays so far, Kyle Karinga.
You see it here. You know, Hartford's shown really no ability to build it out of the back. Let's see what North Carolina FC does. Are they going to high press a little bit? He's saying, go ahead, hit a long ball. We'll take it.
Brotherton. There's that speed of Dixon, able to get to it. Angled ball back, pretty good. Shot, and Tambakis will handle it. That was all Dixon and his speed, and then Max Steves takes the shot.
Yeah, it's well done here. Good save at the end from Tambakis. That thing is moving, curling away from him. But North Carolina FC, the defenders are upset at Lomas and the attacking players for not putting any pressure on the center back. I think that was Nikolai Linga that just was able to put the ball wherever he wanted to and found Dixon over the top.
A little push there from Miller, no whistle. One back by Fortune, back to Miller. Lomas coming off of him, and now Miller is taken down. Over the top, Dixon should be able to tie it unless he can't get to it. He runs out of real estate as Tambakis comes out. Dixon was there, and it should be 1-1.
Yeah, there's that speed from Alex Dixon. It was a great ball over the top, and Tambakis misjudges this thing. That's what they're waiting for. They're trying to get Dixon on this breakaway. It's a little touch, but just too far for Tambakis in no man's land outside of his own box. Should have stayed home. Unlucky in the end there for Alex Dixon. All the speed in the world, though, he couldn't catch up to that ball.
But good work by Brotherton to keep on going and at least get himself in goal with Tambakis out of the play in case Dixon could get to it. 22nd minute, and that would have been huge for Hartford.
Yeah, that's two in a row, though. Two long balls, uncontested long balls for North Carolina FC that have caused some issues. The first shot that was saved by Tambakis, and then that breakaway for Alex Dixon. Got to get some pressure on the ball. Don't allow these center backs just to get their head up and put it wherever they want. Unless it's out of bounds, and you can allow that one like they just did.
Throw in for North Carolina FC. Nikolai Linga hit that one too long. Another player from Denmark. Several players from Denmark on this team. No surprise with Jimmy Nielsen leading the club. Here's Miller, left foot again. Popped high in the air, it'll stay in bounds. That ball was hit high in the air. Look at the bounce. The bounce over Ben Spees. He just keeps things under control, doesn't he, number 10?
Yeah, he's so good on the ball. Quality first touch. Well done from Taylor.
Taylor out to Perez, that right side, strong side. Manny Perez, I think of Remember the Titans, as Dave Sarakin told me that. Right side, strong side. Here comes Hartford Athletic. Numbers are decent right now, 3-on-3. Good transition. Steves had that shot earlier. Deflected. Tambakis. Does he get to it before, or is it a corner kick? I think it's a corner kick, Hartford Athletic.
Yeah, good counterattack from Hartford there. Manny Perez got caught dancing on the ball a little bit too much in the corner, gave it away, and pretty quick counter there.
Giuseppe Gentili from Charlotte, North Carolina. Spent time with the Richmond Kickers, was flying down the field.
Good opportunity, though, for Hartford. They've been much better over the last 5 or 10 minutes, Dean. They can pull one back here. A lot of confidence.
Another player from Denmark, Philip Rasmussen, curls one in, and Tambakis right at the top of the 6 to get it.
Yeah, good take from Tambakis there. A bit of a crowd, but he was strong, didn't give up any rebounds, didn't bobble the ball.
Tell you what, a late arriving crowd, but on the far side, decent looking crowd behind this goal. Not too bad here, which is nice to see on a beautiful night for soccer. Of course, everybody becoming a Caniac overnight as the Carolina Hurricanes causing a lot of excitement.
Sure are. Great game, making a run in the playoffs.
Fortune, good idea, but hit too hard for Spies. Just needed to take a little adrenaline off of that pass right there, Jason. Another good run. This team is kind of just doing it one-on-one style at the moment, right?
Somebody gets the ball, they try to make something happen, and they're making things happen. No real combination play yet for Hartford, but big fella up front, Max Steves, he's making a nuisance of himself.
Needham Mass. Graham Smith will come back to get it as Brotherton and Comcia spread out. Here is Comcia. Looking for either Lomas or Perez. Perez with that great speed again. Touches it over Lomas! Is that a handball? They'll say no. As getting down low, the defender. Meanwhile, Perez, not sure if he ran into the stands back there, but
he's down. They took the ball out of bounds.
Hartford now finally sees it, so they'll pop it out of bounds. Good sportsmanship as Manny Perez is down. That has been one of his issues, the injury bug.
I didn't see what happened. It was a fantastic run from him to set up Marios Lomas. You're right, Gene. I think it looked like one of the Hartford players may have hit his hand, but watch this run. It's an excellent first touch. Lomas is smart to get the heck out of the way. Manny Perez is streaking down the right-hand side, and this is a great touch, and he cuts it right back to Lomas. First time shot. I think this hits a Hartford player in the chest. Yep, right in the chest. Good save there. Yeah, behind the goal, Perez.
He slipped over the camera thing. Watch this. He'll come. Now watch this. There's a camera sitting down there or something. If it's not a camera, it's a new system to hold up the net. Now watch. You can't see him. Now watch him in the bottom of your screen. See the black thing down there?
Yeah.
Down he goes. Doesn't look too bad, though, when it happens.
Yeah, I think it's the stanchion there that's holding up the back of the net. Just hope everything's all right there. Training staff taking a look at him.
Well, he was looking great, too. That would be a tough loss the way he was playing. Here's Brotherton. As we're in minute 28 at the moment. North Carolina FC playing a man down. Clint PA, the assistant coach, looks like he's going to walk over and see what's going on.
Yeah, they're trying to make a decision. Do they sub him off right now or if he's going to be okay? It looks like he's coming off the field. He's limping.
Almost out of bounds, and Tambakis has it, so Manny Perez has his arm around the training staff for North Carolina FC. Clint PA coming over. Play it over the top, and right now, Clint PA is saying, hang on. See if he gets moving around, if he's going to be okay. Like that. 29 minutes in.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward little run in there. Hopefully he can walk it off.
Uh-oh, missed by Brotherton. Steves with another chance. He'll bring it back. And it'll be a corner kick. A missed clearance from Brotherton as it falls to Jonathan Brown. Corner kick, Hartford.
Yeah, credit to Hartford here. The past 10 minutes or so, they've been forcing their way back into this game. A little sloppy play from North Carolina FC in the back as well.
Dave Sarakin saying he wants to know what's going on as they're playing a man down. I don't blame him. I mean, he's okay if Manny wants to come out. He just wants to know, right?
Looks like he's going to be okay.
So Manny Perez Gonna get some water, he's gonna come back in. May have cut his knee as well. Right back into the box. Hartford has looked dangerous here these last couple minutes. Sent back across again, and part of the reason they've got a player advantage, but not anymore, as Manny Perez will work his way back onto the field. Knocked out of bounds, safety first by Smith, throw in to Hartford. North Carolina FC on top 1-0. An early goal from Marius Lomas, his 6th of the young season for North Carolina FC.
It's offsides. Great line, though, by North Carolina FC. Brotherton and his back line mates pulled a little offside trap there on the throw.
First minute, goal kick for Tim Bacchus. They'll add a little bit of time on as they didn't wait very long with Perez being out.
Yeah, Hartford, they're doing some pressure, and now they're starting to get into this thing, creating a few half chances.
Foul from behind on Fortune. Quick restart. This has been working as well when they can to find the speedy Dixon.
Yeah, that outlet pass has been their best offense so far, the long ball.
And really, North Carolina FC lucky it's not at least 1-1. That breakaway from Dixon, he was in. Far post. Tim Bacchus running into the far post. He had it covered.
Chile there. He's got some talent. We know that. We've seen him. He's played on many teams in this league. He's got the ability to do something special. Tried that far post there. Tried to curl that thing into the upper corner. Just missed outside.
Fortune to Spees. Miller, and Lomas is offside. Good call by the far side referee. As Lomas left just a tad early.
Yeah, good combination play though again from Spees and Stephen Miller. Lomas just one step offside there. Good line by the Hartford back line.
Foul called on Brotherton.
It's a bit of an awkward play there. Was that Steves that went up for it? Yep.
Steves is a handful.
He is. His back's in here. Brotherton get that fist into the back of his head. Another good opportunity. You get the feeling the Hartford's got to connect on one of these. There's Nielsen saying, come on, guys, we got to put one in the back of the net, make this thing interesting.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big fella.
Jeez. Rasmussen over the ball. Curls it in off the head of Lomas. Doing the work on both sides for Dave Sarakin's North Carolina FC team. Dre Fortune. Yeah, at the moment, Hartford has got North Carolina FC back on their heels just a little bit. Minute 34. Comes all the way back to Frederick Douay in goal for Hartford Athletic. They'll ping it long.
North Carolina FC's got to get back a little bit more into that possession game they started with the first 15 or 20 minutes. With the short passing, the movement was good. The movement off the ball has dropped off in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and that's why Hartford's been able to claw their way back into this game.
Smith coming all the way back again. Taken away by Hartford Athletic. Good job again by Kyle Karinga. Hard tackle coming in by Alex Kamsia, and now here is Smith looking for Perez. We've not seen a whole lot from him since he came back on. I think he did, more than anything, cut up his knee a little bit because he was pouring water on him. I'm thinking maybe there was some blood there. Steves, when he goes up in the air, Brotherton just disappears behind his big body.
He is a handful up there. See if Hartford pull anything together. That's a good ball.
Yeah.
The ball from Fortune.
Fortune, good idea, exactly. A ball with a purpose there, and look at Perez. So fast. I mean, he just gobbles up real estate as quick as anybody you're going to see.
Sure does. It doesn't look like he's running fast, but he's moving very quickly. And he gets to that ball where you don't think he's going to be able to get his foot on it. It's deceiving for a defender to go one-on-one against. DeVitt, though, on that far side, he's held his own a couple times. He's been beaten a couple times. He's stopped Manny Perez.
Sam DeVitt from the Netherlands. FC Cincinnati. Guillen showing some confidence. Can turn on it. Does. Can't get any pop on it.
Now with that right foot, he cut in. He's got an absolute cannon of a left foot, but difficult one coming across your body with the right there, going across the top of the box.
Minute 36, still 1-0. The goal from Marios Lomas. Early doors here. And North Carolina FC has held the lead. Hartford Athletic had a couple opportunities, including a breakaway from Dixon. Perez again with it. Perez down near the end line. Nobody home in the box. Now coming forward is Guillen. He still has time to come get it. Now it's cleared out of here. It'll fall to Taylor. Taylor! Shot from Dewey. Lomas keeps it alive. Lomas still with it. Now Guillen. Guillen back on to Fortune. North Carolina FC looking for that second. Almost had it. Taylor can't get it by Dewey. Spees, remember earlier, couldn't get it by Dewey. Otherwise, it'd be 3-0 right now. Guillen wanted it back from Spees. Now he'll get it. Spees in support. They'll drop it back to Miller. North Carolina FC keeping possession off of a shot.
Yeah, that was a wild play there. It was a good save by Dewey, but the rebound given up. North Carolina FC still has possession.
Spees and Fortune. Guillen. Now you'll see Hartford push up. Lomas is behind the line, so is Miller. Now they're even. They'll give it to Perez. He's got a unique ability to stay onside. Taylor coming into space. He goes for the longer pass, looking for Lomas. The safer pass would have been Taylor.
I think you're exactly right, Dean. I think if you would have found DJ Taylor, would have been into the box, an opportunity to shoot.
You must have not heard the open. Right side, strong side. Got to give it back to your right back, right? Here's Dixon. Back heel, nobody home. Hartford almost too cute sometimes.
And this is where North Carolina needs to break quickly if they get a chance. Hartford's push numbers forward. They've been able to find Manny Perez on those long outlet balls. See if they can find him again.
Alex Kamsia to Taylor. Fortune, good little ball to Spees. Yeah, good turn. Taylor, side of his foot, tried it again to Perez, denied both times.
I mean, DJ Taylor's playing center midfielder at this point.
He really is. Clearance not there again, though, for Hartford. Right back to Guillen. Guillen first times it, drives it across. Taylor decides he's not going to bother with it. It'll roll out of bounds.
Yeah, I think this is done on purpose as well. They know that Hartford, they're not keeping anybody up high on the left side, so DJ Taylor's pinching into the middle and getting involved in the attack and really leaving that whole right side almost for Manny Perez, so he's got space.
Excellent point. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday, April 30th for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC visiting the two-time defending USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. It's the week's best match on the Game of the Week, April 30th on ESPN3. 40th minute, DJ Taylor. Alex Comcia, now Guillen. Minute 40. So our USL champion score, North Carolina FC 1, Hartford Athletic 0. Wakeman Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. Perfect night, and not one of those nights where you had to be looking for the Jorge Acuna weather tracker. You knew you were good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night.
Manny Perez. And Perez tripped up, and he'll earn a free kick just outside and also earn a yellow card as Perez goes down. So a yellow card on Giuseppe Gentile.
Yeah, again, it's just that deceptive speed he has when he gets to that ball where you don't think he's going to get to it. Gentile certainly made contact. Perez is feeling the contact too. He knows it's coming, so he's going to go down with any little touch. Good opportunity here, though. Let's see what they come up with. It's kind of made for a set play right here. It's almost like a bit of a short corner. Another good look at Manny Perez. Let's see if they do something a little bit different here. Graham Smith.
Graham Smith's top of the 18. Ben Spees is over it. Dre Fortune leaves his spot as it looks like they're going to try to drive it in here. See if it could also fall back to Taylor. Now Smith will release. Somehow that got through. I don't know how. Graham Smith.
Oh, he's got to put his foot through it to use the inside.
Jason Gary, you had that one pegged all along.
They were going to use that misdirection, but man, Graham Smith, that thing bounces out the center midfielder. That's the dream shot. You got to put your foot through it. He went with his inside instead of driving it with his laces.
That's one where your eyes get big,
oh,
right?
Yeah, you gotta get that one for everything you're worth there. Either send it out of the stadium or it goes in the back of the net.
Right, one of those two, either one. Yeah, hit it like you mean it, right? Walking you to minute 43. I think Jason Gary is ready to get back out there. Night like this, right? Feeling
yeah,
good.
It's not too hot. You can run a little bit longer, you know.
Played back inside. Steves continues to be a handful, and it'll be a corner kick for Hartford.
You're right, Dean. He's using his body so well inside the box. Big Max Steves.
I don't
Not a really tall guy, but he's big. I mean, he's strong. You can tell he knows how to use his body in the box and create space.
Yeah, he is thick.
If you're a center back, you're not looking forward to playing against him. You know it's going to be a tough night.
Driven in by Hartford Athletic.
Ball.
All the way across, snuck through.
Oh, just begging for somebody to put a head on it, stick a leg out.
Dixon will run out of area. It'll be a throw in back to North Carolina FC. 44th minute, 1-0. Marios Lomas on top. Stay with us at halftime. We'll talk about this game, show you the upcoming schedules for both teams. We'll take a look at the standings, the scores, the team of the week, and then we'll have the highlights and stats as well coming up at halftime here of our North Carolina FC Hartford Athletic USL Championship coverage. Again. Well, as you think about your report card for these two teams so far. We'll start with the visitors from Hartford. What grade do you give them?
I'd give them a C. Obviously allowing the early goal hurt them, but they fought their way back into the match, had a few good chances. Certainly should be a tie game at this point with that breakaway Alex Dixon missed, but they're fighting their way back into this thing.
Still some time. And how about the home team, North Carolina FC?
Yeah, just a great start to the game. Their passing and movement's been excellent. I'd give them a B right now. Be a little bit cleaner in the back, clean some things up with some of those long balls, but other than that, a pretty good performance so far in the first half.
Report card from Jason Gary. We're in minute 45. Wait and see how much added time. They're getting ready to show us down on the field from the fourth official table. Jason Gary's going with 1 minute.
What are you going with, Dino?
I guess I got to go over. I got to go 2, I guess. You did well to get right in there. They didn't really waste any time with Perez being down. That's why Dave Sarakin was screaming, because they played several minutes down a man. 2 minutes.
Oh, and he wins it.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Talk with the assistant referee down there at halftime.
Alex Camcia knocks it out of bounds. 2 minutes of added time already rolling. Sent into the box. Tambakis is there. Final seconds going down. Great crew. Taylor Hoggard, Savannah Revel, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Chris Walsh, Evan Jones, Curtis Adams. Lomas can't get to it before it's won there by Nikolai Linga. Miller looks up and saved by Dewey Miller back again. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Big time save there. 2 of them from Dewey. Stephen Miller breaks in all alone here. Great flick. I think this is Lomas that comes through in the end. Little flick through to Stephen Miller on a good run. 2 opportunities there to score, but Hartford goalie Dewey coming up big.
Trey Fortune will take the corner. This could be one of the last plays of the first half. Stephen Miller with that great service, and then with the breakaway, Fortune decides to spin one over. There, it's in! It is in! How about North Carolina FC? Brotherton has made it 2-0. NCFC on top.
Let's watch this, D. Great corner kick from Dre Fortune, played in with pace. It's the run from Lomas that takes everyone off the ball, and Brotherton trailing the play, gets the finish, and he is one happy center back. Look at that. The knee finish, follows it up, puts it in the back of the net. Great stuff, and he's happy. Sprinting over the sideline, the big center back.
He's a good player, just a phenomenal pickup. When they told me he was coming here, I caught a lot of his games for the Badgers. He was a rock in the Big Ten, one of the best defenders at the college game, and he looked like a pro then. He was already playing for the full national team when he was in college, so you know you can play.
Yeah, he's got some composure to his game. Great ball in, though, from Dre Fortune. Good, strong run from Lomas, and Sam Brotherton getting the finish. Huge right before halftime, Dean, to go in 2-0.
Lomas gets one, Brotherton gets one. Halftime here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. It's North Carolina FC 2, Hartford Athletic 0. We'll be back with more from halftime in Cary. USL Championship coverage.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. drive to live or live to drive? Continental Tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
How about North Carolina FC? A goal early to start the game and a goal late in the first half. Your halftime score, North Carolina FC 2, Hartford Athletic 0. And hello again, everybody. Dean Linke, always great to be with Jason Gary. And nice for North Carolina FC to get that second goal headed into halftime.
Absolutely. They started the game so well, getting that early goal. But then Hartford kind of clawed their way back into the game, created 3 or 4 pretty good chances to score. They didn't get the goal. And then at the end, in stoppage time for North Carolina FC, they got their second, going into halftime as a happy group.
Marios Lomas has looked very good as a center forward. You have to appreciate his play.
Yeah, he's done a great job holding the ball up. He's been dynamic, passing the ball, and he's getting in the box and finishing. He's just been a handful for this Hartford team to deal with. They haven't figured out how to do it yet.
All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for these teams. North Carolina FC was on the road for just a little bit. They're coming off an impressive win over Charlotte, and they'll head to Indy to take on Indy 11, Martin Rennie. They'll go to Ottawa. A lot of away games, just one home game in May.
Yeah, this is a tough streak for them. They've got 4 away games out of the next 5, so it's really important, obviously, Dean, to take care of business here tonight and get those 3 points. And those are some tough away games, too. At Indy, Ottawa's never easy to go all the way up to Canada and play them. And then you got the Red Bulls, too, on the road. And then this team at Hartford, who finally, hopefully, will be in their new stadium. They've been playing on the road this entire season.
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for Hartford as well. They'll have Charlotte and Memphis. And then that matchup, as you said, on June 1 with North Carolina FC.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I believe this is their last or second to last game that they're going to play on the road. And then finally, I mean, that's 8 in a row that they've played on the road. Getting back home, that's going to feel pretty good to them. At the end of the season, they're going to have some opportunity to pick up some points at home because most of their games will be in Hartford.
My favorite part of the broadcast, the work from USL. Let's take a look at the latest and greatest from the USL.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's going to have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Guadarrama wants it himself. What a goal from Guadarrama.
The cross deflected. What a stop by Brown in the top corner. Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Jadama will strike it with his right foot. Whistle blows. Steps. Strikes. And saved by Rodriguez.
Here's Woodbine into the box. Van Schaik, step back, Schaik.
That's where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring.
It's saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yeah.
Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish. The flick. Could it be 2? Yes, it is. That's Hellman.
Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away.
Gallardo. At the top of the box. Lee gets a touch, still driving and sends it. And into the back of the net.
It's like Joe Gallardo took almost on the entire defense there. And that left foot shot.
Chipped in, headed away by Lockby. Second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
Great highlights. North Carolina FC on top of Hartford Athletic 2-0. You saw a lot of great goals, great results as we take a look at our updated USL standings early on. Every game counts, right, as you try to secure a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Tampa Bay, they're off to a great start to the season, haven't lost yet. See North Carolina FC there in the top 5. Had a good initial run here, some great results at home. They're going to put themselves in a position to climb the table here with a good result here tonight, but a lot of good teams there in the top 10 of the standings, Dean.
Yeah, top 8 make the playoffs. As you flip to the second page, you'll find Hartford, and there's the scores around the league right now. Charlotte and Tampa tied at 1. Nashville on top of Pittsburgh. A lot of new teams. It's exciting.
It is exciting. Sometimes hard to keep up with. So many new teams coming into the USL. Great ownership groups, great stadium situations all around this league. It's exciting for the teams to have your local team to be able to support as a soccer fan.
And then the USL Team of the Week, as you take a look at it, Ben Spees in there for the Team of the Week.
Yeah, well deserving. He's had such a great start to this season. Such a technically gifted player, able to make a lot of things happen. We've seen it. He's pulling the strings here tonight as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get on the score sheet with a goal and an assist.
Like my man Andrew Gutman for Charlotte in there as well. We're going to step aside, come back with our first half highlights and stats. 2-0 North Carolina FC on top of Hartford at the half. Stay with us.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
Beautiful night for soccer. A little snack, some ice cream, a slushie, kids enjoying it. Boys or girls, doesn't matter, having a great time here. North Carolina FC on top of Hartford Athletic by a score of 2-0. Dean Linke, along with the former College Player of the Year, National Champion at Maryland, MLS Cup champion at Columbus, talking about Jason Gary. And Jason, as we take a look at the first half highlights, a phenomenal start for North Carolina FC early on. Great service from Miller time.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Look at this ball. Stephen Miller with the left foot plays in Marios Lomas. You see him take a little look over his shoulder. It's all him. 1 against 3 and the goalkeeper, but he finishes so well to the far post. Confident finish from the number 9. Look at this. Puts his head down, doesn't try to crush it, just places it right inside the far post.
Great service from Miller and a cultured finish from Lomas, 6th goal of the season.
And it was good passing. Manny Perez got involved in a lot of stuff in the first half. This is Dre Fortune with a good shot from outside the box. Drives it onto the frame. But Frederick Douay, we'd see this, had a lot of good saves here in the first half. Here's another opportunity. Ben Spies curves out to the far post, but a fingertip touch here from Frederick Douay keeps this ball out of the back of the net and North Carolina FC from going up 2-0.
Yeah, but then Hartford had this breakaway.
Yeah, this was the one. Long ball to Alex Dixon. He gets around Alex Tambakis, but just can't catch up to that ball and ends up slipping it, and it goes out over the inline harmlessly. But Alex Dixon showing the speed, but that was the best chance for Hartford in the first half.
Manny Perez was banged up on this play.
Yeah, he did a great run here, sets up Marios Lomas, and in the end, it's a chest save by a defender for Hartford, and we'll see it here. Good play back from Manny Perez, and a chest save from the right back there. But here was a great opportunity. Stephen Miller gets played in towards the end of the game here, the end of the first half. Good double save again from Douay. He was excellent in the first half. It could have been 4 or 5-0.
Well, Miller should get credit for this goal.
Yeah, he got that corner kick and then finished by Sam Brotherton. Great ball in from Dre Fortune. Good strong run from Lomas. And Sam Brotherton, the big Kiwi center back, gets the goal.
Super excited about the goal as well. Tremendous young man. And 2-0 North Carolina FC as they look to improve to 4 wins, 2 ties, and just a loss. What stands out there? Look at the possession.
Yeah, the possession was all North Carolina FC in that first half, and that's how they want to play. They're at their best when they're keeping the possession game going. The movement's good. The running off the ball is excellent. So good stuff from North Carolina FC.
2-0, both teams working their way back out.
I think the shots on target too, Dean. 8 shots on target for North Carolina FC in that first half. That's typically something you see for a full game, that many shots on goal. So North Carolina FC early and often putting the ball on the Hartford net. There's Jimmy Nielsen. He's saying, I've been in those games where I've been getting peppered with shots, and that's how his goalkeeper, Frederick Douay, feels tonight.
Coach Nielsen saying hi to some of the fans here watching his team. Of course, not having the best start as a coach, but man, he's got the professional background to stand behind. Phenomenal goalkeeper, as you said, a 20-year pro.
He's going to look for a response from his team, though. They've got to continue with that effort that they had for 10 or 15 minutes, that 10 or 15-minute period in the first half. If they can get a goal early here, let's make this thing interesting, but Coach Nielsen will be looking for a response from his team.
Second half underway. Alongside Jason Gary, I'm Dean Linke. 2-0 North Carolina FC on top. Lomas, a nifty touch somehow around the center back. And now a foul called.
And Stephen Miller down again.
So Miller
fans, it's time for another
around.
Free kick. Tonight, Section 108 gets a buy one, get one offer tomorrow only for the goal scored on any Alpine free kick.
$2-0 North Carolina FC. Comes all the way back to Tambakis. '47th minute. all the way across, trying to find Perez.
Great turn.
Great move. Phenomenal, and it's in. How about Stephen Miller? It's Miller time, and North Carolina FC 3-0.
What a finish, Dean. This is unreal. What a turn. We both said it. We should have said it out loud, but we said, what a turn when he did it. Watch this. This ball gets cleared by Gentile, not all the way out, but look at this touch right here. Great little touch and an absolute rocket with his left foot off the crossbar and in. What a finish from Stephen Miller. You can't hit a ball any sweeter than that, Dean. Absolutely smashed it into the back of the net.
Stephen Miller, he was just banged up a second ago, didn't look too sharp, and comes right back in and smokes that. 3-0.
Yeah, for me, it was all about that first touch, Dean. It was all about that little cut. Took the defender by surprise and put his foot through it. See Brotherton then, I believe that was Steve's getting into it a little bit.
Let's take a look at Miller time one more time. It's worth looking at.
Watch this cut. It's all about the cut, Dean. It's a poor clearance. Watch this right here. Oh, nope, I'm going that way, and then absolutely thunders it with his left foot. No chance for the goalkeeper. That's a heck of a finish. So he's got an assist with his left foot and a goal with his left foot, and he's a right back, right midfielder. We're always talking about his right foot.
Wearing the captain's armband with no Austin Deleuze out there. 49th minute. Drop to the top of the box. What a performance from North Carolina FC. Go in at halftime, you score that late goal at the end of the first half to make it 2-0. You come in, you hear an incredibly positive message from Dave Sarakin saying, let's keep going. And right from the opening whistle, North Carolina FC with the pressure, bad clearance, and they make you pay.
Yeah, made them pay, and that's exactly what you need to do. Great finish from Stephen Miller, and it puts this North Carolina FC team in a position where they can keep some possession now. They're going to have to force Hartford. Hartford's going to be forced to come out of the back a little bit. They've got to put some pressure to try to get back in this game. Otherwise, it's going to get worse.
Push from behind. Started the game with Lomas scoring the 6th goal of the season for him. Sam Brotherton scores his first career goal with North Carolina FC. And then Stephen Miller, his first goal to go with 2 assists of the 2019 campaign. Stephen Miller.
Ball.
Manny Perez. Perez back across, driving it. And cleared out of there. Sliding in is Taylor. Manny Perez on the right side, Stephen Miller on the left side. You got to believe they were trying to figure out a way to get those two on the field at the same time, because really they play kind of the same position. In fact, really, Manny Perez is like Miller. He could play right back or right mid.
Yeah, he can be on either side, but I like where Coach Sarakin and assistant coach John Bradford have put him on that right wing. He's got plenty of space. He's getting the ball in a lot of situations where it's just one-on-one with a defender, and he's done a great job getting down this right-hand side. He just needs to get an assist or a goal now to really cap off a great performance.
There's Dave Sarakin. Saw him for a moment on your screen. 51st minute. Just a wonderful human being. You know, you talk to him and he listens. He looks you straight in the eye, Jason Gary, and like I said, he seems like ready to embrace any moment that comes to him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and he's enjoying his time here in North Carolina. Big change, obviously, from where he was before, living out in California with the Galaxy and the national team.
'51st minute. Great clearance by Brotherton, who may have figured out a few things about how to deal with that thick number 19, Max Steves. That would not be easy to handle, as you said, like not super tall, but just so thick as they try to find Lomas. One in the back there. Nikolai Linga. How about North Carolina FC in this one, though? 3-0, 52nd minute.
It gets the feeling of a comfortable performance so far. Second half, Hartford's got nothing going forward. There he's going to get a card this one.
Brotherton comes hard in on Steves.
That's the referee saying that's 1, 2, 3 fouls.
Brotherton's got a goal and a yellow card. That's a good night.
And excellent night for a center back, isn't it? Let's see here. I don't know what's wrong with that. Looked like the foul was on Steves to me in that scenario. He was flying into him.
That is not a yellow card.
I mean, I don't know how that's a yellow card on Brotherton.
Dave Sarakin, John Bradford. Screen there.
Yeah, they've got this team playing some really good soccer, Dean. They got them playing confident soccer. Even some of those games they had to tie late where they haven't had great performances, they've got some results that just build so much confidence in a group, and they look great here tonight.
Spinning ball in. Off the head of Miller. Miller's put in a complete game, both sides of the ball for Dave Sarakin. Trey Fortune had it for a moment. Victor Igbekoy, Piwo, Iwolo, Chester Yamakawi, Robbie Christo, Caleb Duvernay, Darren McLeod on the bench for North Carolina FC. Alex Dixon came on the air talking about his speed. He has demonstrated that speed a couple times. So it looks like North Carolina FC might bring on their big, tall backup center forward, Robbie Christo.
This is a game you'd love to come on as a center forward if you're North Carolina FC. There's going to be some chances created. You're up 3-0. Get on the score sheet a little bit.
Yeah, Christo is an out-and-out goal scorer as well. Big body. Perez back across. Miller and Lomas both there, but they can't get to it.
Yeah, they both made the same run, Dean. And Manny Perez, it was a great ball across him. It was a right ball from him. But Lomas and Miller both pulled their run up instead of one of them going and one of them checking back. That ball went harmlessly right across the face of goal.
It's going to be Lomas who's going to come out here early on. I wonder if Lomas had something going on. It's kind of early.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Sarakin, you feel like my center forward got a goal, had a great performance. I got another guy I can put on that's going to play the exact same role. See if you can get both your center forwards a goal tonight. A great performance from Lomas.
So Lomas going to come out. Handshake there for Dave Sarakin. Lomas has a little bit of that Bradley Cooper look going on down there. 56th minute. Handball. Hey, this game's not over. We got a lot of soccer left, but let me tell you, as Chick Hearn would say, late great LA Lakers announcer, the Jello is starting to settle in the fridge, if you know what I'm talking about. It's jiggling just a little bit because 3-0 and North Carolina FC looking clinical, if you know what I mean, Jason.
Yeah, their passing's been good. Their possession game is good. And I haven't seen Hartford really put them under any pressure. Here's some better pressure from Hartford, but North Carolina FC able to break it.
Knocked out of bounds. Who's up? Who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. You got to figure North Carolina FC, even against a winless Hartford team, might climb up those power rankings. They're winning 3-0 without two of their starting central midfielders.
And like you said, a lot of time still left in this game, Dean, but a very good performance up to this point from North Carolina FC. A confident performance from a team that is in the top half of the table and taking care of business at home so far.
Perez, so close. Long ball handled by Brotherton. A little bit of hesitation and a finish. Dixon didn't need much. And so much for that jello jiggling. Dixon with a great finish, top of the 18, and it's 3-1.
Excellent work from Alex Dixon and this Hartford team. We talked about it, Dean. Still plenty of time left in this game. North Carolina FC a little lackadaisical here, and it's a great finish from Dixon. Great flick from Steves. Looks like DJ Taylor didn't pinch in quite enough. Combsy, I thought he was going to be closer, and it's a good finish. Look at Dixon. Head down, drove through that ball with the left foot into the back of the net. See now, see if Hartford can do a little bit more here and claw their way back into this thing.
Dixon with the goal. Came on the air talking about Dixon, and as you said, he can finish, taking advantage of a rare mistake. And boy, so much. Talk about the ultimate broadcaster jinx right there.
Sure did.
Yeah, this one going more goals for North Carolina FC, and here's the deal. Hartford, if they can get another one back before, say, minute 75, got yourselves a pretty good game here.
Make things uncomfortable around here.
Taylor. Perez. For a big guy, it's hard to knock him off the ball. Spees.
This is better, though, for North Carolina FC. Keep possession, keep probing, keep the good movement off the ball.
Brotherton. Smith. Spees trying to go for that diagonal ball to Perez. And it'll come back to Hartford. Gentile with some comments there for Manny Perez. Drawing a smile from number 2.
What's Gentile doing down there?
Ben Spees.
Little face trap there off the arm for Ben Spees. He's smiling. Very rarely does he mess up controlling of the ball, but that was one got away from him. You tell what they're trying to do, trying to find Alex Dixon over the top on flicks.
Flag is down. Gentile. And he'll run out of real estate, go out of bounds.
If you press there, then you go right back at it and talk to him a little bit, right?
Perez not going to.
No, he's a young guy.
I thought Perez handled that well.
I thought he handled it great.
DJ Taylor, he's got some swagger, right? Confidence building back there. Yeah, Taylor not very tall, but you get the feeling if you run into him, you'll know that he's there. He's solid.
Biceps on him, too. You can see him from up here.
62nd minute, 3-1, North Carolina FC on top of Hartford Athletic. Jason Gary, Dean Linke with you. Delighted to be coming from WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium in Cary, North Carolina. Anytime you're within 10 feet of the great Brian Ware, you're in good company. Alex Comcia over to Fortune. That was hard to handle for Perez.
Comcia fired that thing in there.
63rd minute.
There's still a ton of time left. All right, Dean, if Hartford can get another goal here and make it real interesting. See, the only time they've really been dangerous is from these long balls and trying to get a knockdown. A little bit of a flick. There's another one.
Steves, who won the first ball. Battle in the midfield. Cleaned up here by Philip Rasmussen. He gives it up, he'll get it back. 63rd minute. North Carolina FC need to get this win at home because 5 of their next 6 games are on the road. That's a lot.
That's a tough stretch over the summer.
Smith, heavy touch, and that touch lets him down. It'll be a corner kick for Hartford.
Yeah, good opportunity here for Hartford off the set piece.
Corner kick, far side, minute 64. Driven in, high in the air, bouncing around, still loose. No whistle, cleared out. Too strong for Gentile. Manny Perez will let it go out of bounds. Kim O'Leary talking right side, strong side. I don't care what you call it. It is fun to watch on the right side. Is Hartford Athletic going to make a change here in the second half? Gentile is going to come out. Coming into the game, number 7. Sebastian Dahlgaard, also from Denmark.
Hartford Athletic substitution, the 65th minute of play coming out of game number 92.
Miller trying to head it to Spees and then slides down. How about that right side, though?
They've been excellent. They really have been excellent tonight, Dean.
Over the head of Taylor. It'll be a throw-in for North Carolina FC. Minute 65 as the game's starting to slow down just a little bit, particularly after North Carolina FC gave away kind of a stinker of a goal there. In the back, Dixon capitalizing. Good for Dixon to be ready to pounce.
Yeah, he got on the score sheet. It's difficult. There haven't been a ton of chances created, obviously, for Hartford. He had the one in the first half that he'd won back, but 2 chances and a goal so far. It's a pretty good strike rate for a center forward. You can tell him and Steves, they're staying up high. They're not dropping back, and they're not playing much defense. They're just hoping that they get a bit of a flick on, that ball over the top.
Here comes the ball over the top, just as Jason Gary told you it would. Fortune needs to win this.
Yeah, he's been strong.
Gets it over to Smith.
Here's where you have a chance to break.
Aaron Guillen, Miller. Guillen's going to check it back. Minute 66. Smith, back to Taylor. Now Guillen. It's not the worst move, taking a little bit of time.
Yeah, this works fine if you're North Carolina FC, as long as you don't give away a bad pass and allow Hartford to counterattack on you. Playing their half of the field, though. Done from Spees. There goes Fortune.
Fortune dancing. Fortune dribbles into trouble, though. He was feeling it for a second.
He was, and after you get around that first or second one, then you got to get rid of it and get it back again.
A little T. Shipolani spark right there from Fortune. Shipolani would have had about 10 more step overs.
Yes, you missed it. You missed 7 step overs.
Minimal pressure here from Hartford.
Yeah, they're just hoping to pick off something here to be able to counterattack quickly, but they're not really pressing as a team.
Fortune has some room. Give it right back to Guillen. Guillen can serve a pretty good ball. He attacks as falling down and then getting back up is Jonathan Brown. Oak City supporters over in the boneyard behind the goal making all kinds of noise. They are always ready, aren't they?
They sure are. Well, a good performance here tonight. They've got some goals as well.
Sent back in and across. Finding the head there, climbing the ladder. Stephen Miller thinks he's a center forward. He's doing it all wearing the captain's armband.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad he didn't do better on this one as well. It's a great ball in from Guillen. He just can't quite get that ball down, but he want that one back. When he sees the replay, he could have put that thing to the far post and scored. Just mistimed that header a bit. Stephen Miller feeling it as a captain tonight.
You know it. Yeah, I asked Dave Sarakin about his versatility, and that is part of the resume for Stephen Miller. He can play either outside back, either outside mid.
You can feel like, too, you could put him in the center midfield and he won't look out of place. He's just a good soccer player, all around good soccer player.
Hartford Athletic 0-7 to start the season.
Good turn.
Smith. Now to Manny Perez. Perez, touch first, looks up, decides what he's going to do. He'll give it back to Taylor. Taylor will square it now to Smith. They start on the right, they'll move over to the left. Fortune now will give it to Guillen. Trying to close down on Guillen, give it back to Fortune. Fortune pops it into space. There's Miller. Miller's onside, sent across, corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, well worked from North Carolina FC with this 3-1 lead. Worked it all the way down the right side, back through the midfield, down the left side. And a good end of the ball there, and a corner kick. Brotherton's feeling a second. What do you think?
Love seeing those center backs come forward to get one. Like that call, Jason Gary. Brotherton acting like he's going to go near post. He is. They go over top of him. And they find the head of the big sub, Cristo.
Yeah, Robbie Cristo rose up on that one. Just wasn't able to get it down. Deflected off his head there.
Pressure from Hartford. Whistle. Thought maybe a little more urgency after Dixon's goal from Hartford.
Yeah, they haven't pressed as a team at all. It's part of them just figuring out how they want to play.
Here by Hartford. Ball squared. Turning with it. Rasmussen gets it out wide. It's Jonathan Brown. And here comes North Carolina FC. Numbers could be good. Miller. They'll keep on going. Now everybody coming forward. Meanwhile, it looks like 2 more subs going to check in when they can. Coach Nielsen. Dave Sarakin also going to bring in a sub. DJ Taylor. Taylor goes near post with it. Hits it, I think, with his left, right?
He did. Dragged that thing across the near post.
DJ Taylor. Kid's a future superstar, I think.
He's had a really good game. He's had a really good career in the beginning here with North Carolina FC.
Ryan Williams from England looking to get in here, Jason. And he's going to come in for Colin Martin.
In the 73rd minute of play, coming out of the game, number 23, Colin Martin. Coming in for Colin, number 14.
We'll see. We'll see if these reinforcements, that's all 3 subs, I believe, for Hartford. See if they can inject some life into this team.
Coming in for Rasmussen, number 8, Mads Jorgensen.
Another change is Rasmussen's going to go out. And coming into the game, number 8, Mads Jorgensen. So Mads Jorgensen, another player from Denmark, will come in. Meanwhile, Chester going to try to get on for North Carolina FC, wearing that number 11 jersey that T. Shipolani made so fashionable over the years. So Yamakani Chester. Wow, Stephen Miller going to come out of the game. Great play from number 31 tonight.
Yeah, he did the deal. Stephen Miller, goal and an assist. Big time goal to start the second half. Yamakani Chester can bring to the ball game.
Chester's got some speed. Look at him. Here comes Chester. Touch lets him down. He'll run back and get it.
He's got a stride on him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's kind of frantic, but it's fun to watch.
Good ball.
Christo is onside and he'll turn. Chester's going to make a run. Chester comes back. Chester is there. Looks like it came off of his hand as well. I like his cut in.
It was a great run, great ball from Christo. I think he just slips right before he's trying to make contact with this thing. I think he lost his footing. This is good stuff from Robbie Christo, though. Get his head up, cut back. Yamakani Chester, yeah, he just loses his balance a little bit and slips. The eyes might have gotten really big there. Penalty spot, cut back, just came onto the field, adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, he's been exciting, though, since coming on. He's only been on there not even 2 minutes, Jason Garrett. And been exciting. Look at Smith getting around Steves. You don't have to be big to play this game. If you've got heart like Smith, you can get it done.
That's right. Look at Chester.
Throw in. Throw in for Hartford. Great turn. Excellent turn from Spees. Spees not afraid to crank it. Gives it up instead to Perez. Perez cuts it back. Looking for either Spees or Chester. Back again, Perez. Now, do you want Perez to be unselfish there and take a shot?
Yeah, he's got to go for goal.
Guillen comes back to try to slow down Steves, and he does.
Well done from Guillen. Steve's touch let him down, but Guillen was right there to take advantage.
Chester's got to remember to go to the ball.
Correct, yep.
Spinning back. Hartford. Nicky Downs. And out of bounds. Get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club.
Sense a little bit of the frustration building up for Hartford. The referee having a conversation with Lingo.
'78th minute, 3 goals. Lomas, Brotherton, Miller. Dixon with 1 back for Hartford and a whistle against North Carolina FC. And Hartford, I told you around the 75th minute, if they can sneak one in and make this a game, it could be exciting. This is a good opportunity.
Yeah, it was a bad giveaway in the midfield for North Carolina FC. See Jorgensen here, great run from him. It's definitely a foul. Tries to keep going, but eventually loses the ball. That's all they're waiting for, Dean, that turnover in the midfield for North Carolina FC, trying to take advantage. Jorgensen stepping up like he's got a purpose in mind right here.
Yeah, he does.
Where's the little touch, though?
Mass Jorgensen.
Watch the bit there, just kind of hanging out.
Ryan Williams. We'll leave it now. It's going to be Mass Jorgensen. He's going to take it. Yeah, he looks like he's thinking shot.
Yeah.
Steve's giving him an angle, and he doesn't go anywhere near it. Goes right into the wall. If he would have gone over Steve's shoulder, he had a chance.
This is trouble right here. Oh.
Chester.
Everyone wants to see him run. the whole crowd.
They do light up, don't they? Great call, Jason. Yeah, they get excited. That is the T. Cipollone effect, right?
Yeah.
Taylor comes back to get it. Here's Fortune. Fortune, angled ball to Perez. Perez tries to get there and can't. Good idea. North Carolina FC can still make one more sub. Meanwhile, Hartford is all done as we walk you up to minute 80. Flick from Dixon. Dixon and Alex Comcia not at North Carolina at the same time, but you got to figure they've seen each other at perhaps some alumni events or whatever. You know when you're in the family, right?
Sure. Yeah, they know. Speeds as well. The knockdown.
This is dangerous. Hartford showing some fight here.
Good defending there from Graham Smith. He had read that play very well.
Chester back over to Smith.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, Cristo with the check
there you go.
back.
Go at it.
Spees. Now Perez. Perez. Look at this ball! And how about North Carolina FC? Perez to Cristo. It's 4-1.
That's why it's something special, Dean. That's why so many fans are excited for Manny Perez. It's a great finish in the end by Robbie Cristo, but watch this ball. Watch the vision that he has right here. The touch, the speed of the pass, great little chip finish from Cristo. But for me, it's all about the pass.
All about the pass.
You know, not many players can see that pass and actually have it come to fruition, but it was absolutely inch perfect for Manny Perez. Great finish in the end from Cristo as well. No need to want to get on the field.
You said that, and let me tell you, folks, when you roll it back, you'll hear Jason Gary get excited about the Spees pass, but then when Perez has it, you'll hear Jason Gary say, now let's go. And everybody knew what he meant. You meant Manny, go be Manny, right? And a little touch, and one of the best passes you're going to see right there.
That's a world-class pass. Just the touch on it, the pace. He put a little spin on it so it would hold up away from the goalkeeper. And a great finish, too, from Cristo. Sometimes you had an opportunity in that situation, try to smash it through the goalkeeper. Nope, just a little dink up over the top. Send the defender to get tangled up in the net like a fish. It's good stuff all around for North Carolina FC. Great goal.
It really was. Yeah, Manny Perez. What a player. I mean, Dave Sarakin, I got to tell you, he lit up today on the phone when we mentioned his name, just talking about his ability to take over a game with individual flares. Cleared off the near post there. Good work by Smith to do his job and stay put.
That was a dangerous opportunity there. That was cleared off the line by Graham Smith. See it here. This ball gets whipped in. It's a good corner from Hartford. Bouncing around. Look at that. That's why you stay on your post right there. Well done, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, don't leave it. And then Taylor does well to knock it off of Sam DeVitt. There's Ben Spees. Man, talk about a guy who's come in here and been a leader from day one. Nice little pickup for North Carolina FC.
Absolutely. There's no doubt that Ben Spees has a lot of talent. He's a really, really, really good soccer player. I think in some of his other stops, the system wasn't really set up for him. This system is set up perfectly for him. He's able to get on the ball. He's spraying it left, right, through balls. Ben Spees has been a great pickup, and credit to the coaching staff for putting him in a position to succeed.
All right, so Ben Spees will come out. Coming into the game, Victor Igbokoye. So Igbokoye, physical specimen. The guy is strong. Number 4, he'll solidify that midfield as it'll be Igbokoye, Smith, and Fortune. Three kind of solid defensive-minded midfielders.
Yeah, Victor Igbokoye, he's been asked to come in here and just destroy things. Make sure that no one's getting free through the middle of the park, defend.
How about just the overall tone of this team, the temperament of this team? Solid.
Absolutely. It helps. They've had a great start to the season as well.
Oh yeah, winning is the magic dust for sure. As that one miss hit, he went ahead and used the laces, but
Mass yards, I'm not sure what exactly that was. He sliced that thing all over the place.
It's like my golf swing right there. 4-1 North Carolina FC. Special visit from Papa Gary in the house tonight. That's nice to have your dad here.
It's great. Driving up from Louisiana. See all those grandkids.
It's good to hear his Colorado connection as well. Didn't know that. I guess it was before you were around.
That's right, before my time.
Igbokoye. Chester. I like what I've seen here in North Carolina FC, and I like his subs too for Dave Sarakin. They brought spark.
They brought some spark, some energy. Cristo getting the score sheet. It's another foul by a center back into a forward.
Be sure to tune in on Wednesday, April 30th for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3 featuring Memphis visiting two-time defending USL Cup champion Louisville. It's the week's best match in the Game of the Week, April 30th on ESPN3, Memphis and Louisville. Dixon! And Tim Bacchus is all the way out. Dixon, like he wanted a handball call, but Tim Bacchus, without Tim Bacchus, it's 4-2.
Yeah, well done from Tim Bacchus. One in the first half, he mistimed it. That one he timed perfectly.
'87th minute. Hartford still trying to find Dixon when they can. Dixon turns, takes a shot, and it'll go out of bounds, and it'll give us a chance to tell you one more time that you can follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home to USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+, and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Taylor Over to Manny Perez. Manny Perez cuts it back. Manny Perez squares it. Fortune takes a shot and deflected. Guillen comes forward. Aaron Guillen, good hustle. Remember that. Chester now on it. He'll drop it back. Good extra pass. Little give and go. Igbekoy. And a clearance. North Carolina FC take it over. Walking you up to minute 88 with a 4-1 lead, Jason Gary.
Yeah, they've been excellent. They're really feeling it tonight. The passing's been great. The movement off the ball has been what I've been so impressed with. And great individual performances all across the field for this North Carolina FC team.
Taylor. How about this combo now of Brotherton and Alex Kamsia, two youngsters back there, and I like what I've seen. That has been an issue over the years, kind of rotating center backs, the health, and these youngsters, every game they're in there.
They're in there, and they're just, every game they develop a better partnership, a better understanding of the other. It's so important for center back pairings. You're right, in the past it's been one guy in, some hurt, some bad performances, are we going to put a midfielder back there, and now you feel like they've got two guys that can be playing here for years to come.
Minute 88. DJ Taylor. Dre Fortune. It'll fall to Smith. Igbekoy. Igbekoy doesn't do anything that hurts you. You know what I mean? He gets in there, and you said his job is to come in and destroy stuff if he needs to.
Yep, he's good on the ball, though. He's good. He's composed on the ball. But yeah, his main job is to be a destroyer in there, not allow Hartford to get on the counter.
Cristo got a goal just as Jason Gary told you he would. It's 4-1. Little give and go, bouncing around. And this will go out of bounds. Jimmy Nielsen, welcome to USL Championship. Tough to build a club. What's he got to do to keep the morale up for his team?
I wish I knew the answer, Dean. It's been a really poor performance from Hartford overall. They just seem to be not a lot of energy, really. They've got a few chances to get in the game, but just not together, not linked up. There's too much space between the back line and the forwards. They're not really on the same page. So they got to get back on the training ground and figure it out. They're going to get a chance to play at home next week, so maybe that's the time where they can start figuring it out.
90th minute, North Carolina FC. An early goal from Miles Lomas, his 6th goal of the season. And just 7 games right before halftime. The Kiwi center back, Sam Brotherton, makes it 2-0. Stephen Miller time. Defensive effort, cuts it back. A brilliant goal off the crossbar. And then Robbie Cristo from one of the best passes you're going to see. Manny Perez makes it 4-1 as Dixon did get a goal mixed in there for Hartford. And here is Chester breaking through. You're right, the crowd loves that young man.
There's a really good ball there from Dre Fortune as well. Chester, he's just got to get a touch on that thing to slow it down a bit as he's breaking through, but he's got some speed and some excitability about his game, doesn't he?
He does. And you gotta love the hair. That's a great look. Yamakani Chester, who's made just 1 start on the season. We've got about 2 minutes left here in this one as North Carolina FC will push to 4 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 lonely, tiny little loss at Atlanta. A good reserve team, Atlanta, for their MLS club. 2-1 loss there. Start the season smoking Louisville here 4-1. Go to Bethlehem, win 1-0. Tie Charleston 1-1. Tie Memphis lost to Atlanta, the big 3-0 win over Charlotte, and this 4-1 win. And they'll be back in action on Saturday at Martin Rennie and Indy 11.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But they are playing with some confidence, some skill. Just it does. It seems like there's just a good vibe through the team, that they get along, that they're playing well together. They're going to fight for each other. They're going to have their ups and downs for sure during this season, but it's a good feeling that the fans can watch. It can be part of this team.
Yellow card issued to Hartford. Kyle Karinga gets the yellow, and we've got less than a minute here. Figure at 4-1, no real need to add on time, although he might because of that yellow card. Look at Cristo, just a beast. What a weapon to bring off the bench. I mean, he's a big man, but he can score. Right?
Absolutely. Apparently pass.
Yeah, pops it over to Perez. And Perez will head down to the corner flag, hoping to
Hartford Athletic yellow card
run this one out.
Time to number 2, Kyle
McCoy. Dave Sarakin, the new top man, longtime assistant coach under Bruce Arena, but also did a great job as a head coach at Chicago and back with other clubs. And there's your whistle. North Carolina FC 4, Hartford Athletic 1.
Yeah, well-deserved victory for North Carolina FC here tonight. They were excellent in all facets of the game. That man, Robbie Cristo, got himself a goal. And for Hartford, just not good enough here tonight.
I want to thank our crew: Taylor Hoggart, Savannah, Rosanna, Dana Revel, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Chris Walsh, Evan Jones, and Curtis Adams. For my Hall of Famer, too many times to count, Jason Gary, I'm Dean Linke. How about North Carolina FC? They scored early, they scored often, and they get another win, their 4th win of the season, to go to 4 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Dave Sarakin's North Carolina FC 4, Hartford Athletic 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.